Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Derek and this is The Guidebook. As you can see behind me, I have just gotten everything to set up my first Splitboard. I've been snowboarding forever and I love hiking, so I thought I would try to combine the two and get a Splitboard. So I thought I'd go over setting it up with you guys, so as I learn, you guys can learn with me. Here we have the actual Splitboard itself. We have our bindings in here and then our skins. So I'll get everything out and then we'll start putting it together. Now I've got the bindings out of the box and we have the bindings themselves, the touring brackets, instructions, and the actual pucks to connect when you're riding the board back down are still attached to the bottom right now. This is kind of holding this all together, so I'm leaving it on there for now. I've got the touring mounts laid here on the board and we're going to install those first. We have our hardware here with the 2 hex wrenches provided. Now that we have these touring brackets in place, we're going to put the riding pucks in place. And these are actually marked. This one's marked for left foot, this one's marked for the right foot. And we're going to be following these instructions here to install them. So it should be pretty simple. We're going to match the stance of my current normal snowboard, which I can show you real quick. So this is my current regular snowboard here, and I'm going to try to match this same stance on this board. I have the spacing set up. I'm using my existing snowboard and a tape measure and measuring these distances, and I have the spacing for the stance set up. Now I just have to match the offset angles from this snowboard with these, and then I'll put the screws in and get it all put together. First we're going to work on this back foot here. This binding is set 3 degrees out, so we'll get this one set. Then we're going to be following the steps on here. So we've set the angle. Now we're going to align these dashes with the edge of the Splitboard. Now we're going to match the alignment arrows. And then we are going to match the lines on these plates here. Okay. And now all we got to do is put the screws in. While we're working on this, I might as well take the binding and make sure it clips in properly. We'll set the binding in place. Okay, cool. It's all locking into place. Now we're going to set up the puck for the front foot. I'm going to try to show this a little bit easier this time. If you can see here, these markings. 15 is right here, so we're going to go 1 below 15. Line up with that. If you can see that, it might be kind of hard, but our arrow here is 1 line before the 15, so that's at 12 degrees. Set our little plate back in lined up. So we have that one set. And now for the back one, we're going to do the same thing. If you can see the 15 here, might be kind of hard to see, but we're going to rotate this side 1 line before the 15, so at 12. So I made sure my angles were correct on this one, and I've got it in place and it looks like everything's lining up. So I'm going to get the screws in and start them, make sure everything's good, and then we'll tighten it down. So let's grab this other binding real quick and make sure that it's going to go on here. Okay, locks in good. So that is the bindings and pucks. Now it's time to do the skins. For these skins, all I have to do is trim them to size. These are designed to be used with this split board, so they have the proper hook on the tail end of the board and on the skins. So all I'm going to need to do is put these on and trim these to size. This is also something that a lot of shops that sell split boards will do for you. So if you don't feel comfortable doing this stuff, you can always have a shop do it for you. I wanted to try it out and learn how to do it, so I'm doing it at home, but you can always have a shop do it for you. So these skins came with instructions on how to install them, so I read through these. I also watched a couple of YouTube videos just to make sure I knew what I was doing. And let's get started. So make sure we have the right skin on the right side. What I'm going to do now is align the skins on each side of the split board and actually stick them to the board, trying to align them properly. And then we're going to trim the excess and make sure everything's lined up right, and then we see this little metal edge on either side of the skin, and then we'll be good to go. Since these skins are designed to go with this board, it's pretty simple. I don't have to do anything with the actual length and the tail hook and anything like that. I'll just adjust it and be good to go. So now that I got this one lined up, put the next one on, we'll go from there. Okay, so I think I got them both lined up. Now it's time to cut them. These skins came with this little cutting tool, so I'm going to use this. And I'm going to trim the excess off these skins, so just this metal edge is showing. Okay, that's looking good. There we go. I have to go over it a little bit right here in the beginning. There we go. Now I'm just going to adjust these little straps. There we go. That's good right there. Real quick for the skins. These skins came with this skin saver piece here, and when I was in the store, the guy that was helping me with all this says he usually cuts this in half and then we'll stick a skin, one side fold over and stick to the other side, and he says that tends to work really well. So I am going to cut this in half, and I'll do that when I take the skins off. So there you have it. It's actually fairly simple to set up a split board. This was my first time doing it, so, ran into a couple little things and it wasn't the quickest process, but even for my first time, if you're the least bit mechanically inclined, this is a very simple process and it's really straightforward. I'll try to make a video here soon testing this out, and I'm really excited to get out there and use this. All that being said, I have not taken any avalanche training yet, and I do not have any avalanche gear. So right now I'm just going to be going and using this in places where there's pretty much zero avalanche danger. So very, very minimal slopes. I'm gonna be doing my research and making sure I'm going places where it's safe for me when I don't have the training and don't have the proper gear. If you want to get into splitboarding and you want to go into places where there's actual avalanche danger, make sure you have the proper training, make sure you have the right gear, make sure you know how to use that gear, and make sure you're going with other people that have that right training and have the gear and know how to use that gear. I do not have that training, so I don't want to tell you to go out and do things that could get you hurt. So everybody have fun, be safe, and thanks for watching.